Nothing is so admirable in a man as to know how to be silent. It is a subtle strength, allowing you to observe, to learn, and to control. Publius Cyrus. Chapter 1. The Sweet Poison. Flattery, a gilded trap. It promises you the world, yet steals your vision. Learn how this sweet poison, masterfully applied, corrupts the very soul of power. Imagine a golden cage. Beautiful on the outside, but its bars are forged from the sweetest words, locking you in without you even realizing it. Understood what Machiavelli understood, what most still refuse to see. Men are so simple, and yield so readily to present necessities, that he who deceives will always find someone who will let himself be deceived. They tell you constant praise is a sign of genuine admiration, proof of your worth. This is a lie. It is a slow-acting poison, designed to disarm you, blind you, and make you vulnerable to manipulation. This sweet poison, masquerading as support, actually strips you of your defenses. It feeds your ego, making you crave more, making you reliant on their external validation. You stop seeing your true strengths, your genuine flaws, because their words have built a false reality around you. Your judgment blurs, your self-awareness fades. You become a puppet, dancing to the tune of their flattery, losing control. Think about the people in your life who never offer a dissenting opinion, who always have a compliment ready, regardless of the situation. They praise your ideas, your appearance, your every move. No friction, no constructive feedback, just an endless stream of saccharine approval. They build you up, but not for your benefit. They build you up to push you down. Here's how you identify the sweet poisoners. Watch their eyes. Listen for what they don't say. The true admirer challenges you, pushes you, sees your potential beyond superficial wins. The manipulator only sees a means to an end. Their praise is a transaction. They are always buying something from you. Loyalty, complacency, access. They are creating an obligation, a debt you never agreed to. If you openly bask in their constant praise, you project weakness, a need for approval. People will see you as someone easily swayed, easily bought with empty words. Your ambition becomes clear. But if you quietly absorb their flattery, without showing outward dependence, without changing your course, without letting it inflate your ego, there's nothing for them to exploit. Your core remains untouched. You become an unreadable book. Sun Tzu, the master strategist, wrote that if you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. What he understood is that self-deception, fueled by constant external approval, makes you blind to both your own weaknesses and the true intentions of those around you. You cannot know your enemy if you are too busy believing their manufactured compliments. You become an easy target. This constant, unchecked flow of false affirmation drains your power, one whispered word at a time. It keeps you comfortable, predictable, unable to adapt. But there's another trap, another silent leak that uses your own desire for validation against you. One that promises connection, but delivers isolation. What is it? Chapter 2, Their Hidden Agenda. Sweet poison, a subtle snare. Your greatest triumphs can become your greatest vulnerabilities, especially when others weaponize your ego against you. The next trap is the weaponized compliment. It is not just empty words. It is a calculated investment, a soft probe. The person who constantly praises you is not your admirer. They are your architect, carefully shaping your perception. They build a bridge, not to connect, but to cross over to your resources, your influence, your time. This steady diet of sugary words numbs your senses. You become dependent on their approval, chasing that next ego hit. It makes you soft, slow, oblivious to real threats. You start to believe your own hype, mistaking their flattery for genuine respect, blinding you. Watch what happens when someone feeds you a constant stream of "you're brilliant, You're so skilled. No one does it like you. You start to drop your guard, you share more, trust easier, open doors that should remain sealed. You lose your edge because they convince you no edge is needed. Their agenda is rarely about you. It is always about them. They want something, your time, money, influence, connections, ideas. They are not admiring your light. They are positioning themselves to siphon it. Every compliment is a small payment, a deposit into your emotional bank, designed to be withdrawn with interest later. Julius Caesar, a master of both war and politics, understood this game. He once remarked he wanted fat, sleek-headed men and such as sleep o' nights, fearing the lean and hungry. What he understood is that excessive praise can mask dangerous ambition. The constant praiser often hides true intentions behind a facade of admiration. If you soak in their praise, believing it pure, you become a puppet. You dance to their tune, convinced you lead. But if you see praise for what it is, a currency, a tool, you can disarm the situation. You acknowledge words, but keep your true self, resources, and intentions guarded. They are testing your boundaries, feeling out your vulnerabilities. They want to see how easily you are bought with ego strokes. They assess how much you need their validation. The more you crave it, the easier you are to control. Your need becomes their lever, pulling you where they want. Sigmund Freud, who explored the hidden depths of the mind, recognized how subconscious desires drive behavior. He understood the constant praiser often projects unfulfilled ambitions onto you, using flattery as a defense or to vicariously experience success. What he understood is that human interactions involving excessive praise are rarely innocent. They stem from a deeper, self-serving impulse. Here is how you counteract it. Create distance. Observe their actions, not their words. Do their contributions match their accolades? Do they challenge you or only confirm your biases? The genuine ally offers honest feedback, not just empty praise. They tell you hard truths, even uncomfortable ones, when needed. If you allow this constant praise to define you, you become isolated from reality. You build a world of smoke and mirrors where real threats go unnoticed. Your decision-making degrades based on comfort instead of cold, hard facts. You become a prize, waiting to be claimed without realizing you are a target. This subtle manipulation operates beneath your conscious awareness, using your desire to feel valued against you. But there is an even more dangerous game at play, one where your own words become the tools of your undoing, one that makes you expose your hand before the game even begins. What is it? Chapter 3. Your softened edge. Softness, a slow poison. This chapter unravels how constant praise can dull your strategic mind, rounding the very edges you need to dominate. Beware its subtle grip. This is the insidious trap of your softened edge. It's not obvious flattery that blinds you. It's the constant, gentle stream of affirmation that slowly dulls your senses. You begin to crave it, to build your self-perception around it, and in doing so, you lose the brutal clarity needed for true growth. Your once relentlessly honed edge begins to round. Continuous praise is a comfort blanket that suffocates your ambition. It stops you from finding flaws, from pushing past perceived limits. Why strive for more when everyone says you're already exceptional? Your internal critic, the one driving genuine improvement, is silenced, replaced by a chorus of admirers whose motives you rarely question. This isn't healthy recognition. This is an echo chamber feeding your ego while starving your potential. The moment you believe you've arrived, you've already started to fall. You lose the hunger, the drive, the willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about your own performance. Watch what happens when a talented individual is surrounded by sycophants. Their initial brilliance remains, but their growth plates. They stop experimenting, stop seeking harsh feedback, stop challenging their own methods. They become a static monument to past achievements, unable to adapt, unable to innovate, because praise tells them they are perfect. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, understood this deeply. He wrote, "If anyone can refute me, show me that I am making a mistake or seeing things from the wrong perspective, I will gladly change. It is truth that I seek, by which no one was ever truly harmed." What he understood is that self-awareness means actively seeking out what is wrong, not merely what is comfortable. External validation was irrelevant to him compared to internal truth. Here's how you counter this. Cultivate a small, brutal inner circle. People who have nothing to gain from flattering you, everything to lose if you fail. Their role is not to praise, but to expose your blind spots, dissect your failures, and force you into an uncomfortable mirror. Their honesty is a weapon you turn on yourself to sharpen your edge. You must learn to distinguish between genuine appreciation and the manipulative balm of constant praise. One is earned, infrequent, often specific. The other is a constant drizzle, designed to make you feel good, to keep you docile, to ensure you never question its source. If you chase the feeling of being superior, you will surround yourself with people who tell you what you want to hear. They will feed your ego, shield you from reality, and ultimately lead you to self-delusion. But if you relentlessly pursue mastery, you will gravitate towards those who challenge your assumptions, expose your weaknesses, and demand more than you thought possible. Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary swordsman, lived by a code of ruthless self-improvement. He advised, "Do nothing that is not useful." This meant cutting away anything that did not directly contribute to his skill, his understanding, his readiness for battle. For him, the constant pursuit of perfection in the way of the sword left no room for flattery's soft lies or the comfortable illusion of having arrived. The people who tell you you're doing great, that you're beyond reproach, are often the ones who benefit most from your stagnation. They want you predictable, unthreatening, easy to control. Your softened edge means you are less likely to innovate, less likely to compete, less likely to become a true rival. Never allow their words to become your internal monologue. The true master understands that every peak is just a plateau for the next climb. Chapter 4. The Invisible Leash. The invisible leash, a silken cord, truly. You believe it grants you comfort, even admiration, but it is your very undoing, a subtle trap that leaves you utterly beholden. But there is a more insidious trap, a subtler chain forged not from coercion, but from comfort. The invisible leash. This leash forms when you allow another person's constant praise to become the primary fuel for your self-worth. They do not need to command you directly, because they have already captured your emotional independence. This is how they destroy you. Your judgment softens, your critical eye dims. The constant affirmation creates a need, a hunger for their approval that you mistake for loyalty or admiration. You begin to seek their flattering words, allowing their opinions to shape your internal compass, slowly, imperceptibly. Watch what happens when they tell you how brilliant you are, how indispensable. You thrive on it. Then they introduce an idea, a suggestion, framed as "for your own good," or "because you're so talented." Because their praise has inflated you, their subtle guidance feels like natural progression, not manipulation. Here's how you recognize the game. The flatterer never challenges you genuinely. They never offer constructive criticism that pushes you beyond your comfort. Their role is to keep you content, pliable, and focused on maintaining their good opinion rather than on your own objective growth. Consider Ivan the Terrible, a ruler steeped in paranoia and power. He understood that those who fawned without question were often the least trustworthy. He knew that loyalty, bought through endless praise, was fragile, a thin veneer over self-interest, easily peeled back by a stronger wind. What he understood is that true allegiance often comes with blunt truths, not endless sugar. Your reliance on their applause becomes a vulnerability. They feed you empty calories of affirmation, keeping you satiated but weak. The moment you need a real opinion, a solid truth, they will either be silent or offer platitudes that keep you tethered to their agenda. Your courage to challenge yourself erodes. The cost is your autonomy. You become an echo chamber for their whispers, unknowingly performing for their approval. This isn't a partnership, it's a performance where you are the star, and they are the director pulling strings from the shadows, ensuring you never stray too far from their script. Abraham Lincoln, a master of navigating complex human intentions, knew that honest feedback was far more valuable than any empty compliment. He once said, "Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and to remove all doubt." He valued those who spoke frankly, even if it meant challenging him, over those who merely echoed his perceived greatness. To break this leash, you must starve the need for external validation. Build your self-worth on tangible results, on honest introspection, on the hard, unvarnished truth of your own progress. Seek out those who challenge your assumptions, who demand more from you, even if their words are unpalatable. If you crave the constant hum of approval, you will forever be someone else's pawn. But if you build your worth from within, if you become immune to the saccharine poisons of flattery, there is nothing they can offer and nothing they can take. Your independence becomes your shield. Chapter 5. Your Echo Chamber. Gilded cages, a pleasant prison. You hear only your own voice echoed back, growing ever louder. But a prince deaf to reality is a prince already fallen. The shield of independence means little if you build walls around yourself. Not walls of stone, but walls woven from soft, pleasing words. This is the echo chamber, insidious isolation, where you hear only what confirms your beliefs. Every voice around you amplifies your ego, never challenging your assumptions. They tell you this is peace, a sanctuary from negativity. This is a lie. What they create is a gilded cage. You become deaf to warnings, blind to threats. You rely on distorted reflections from those who profit from your delusion. Your judgment erodes. Your decisions react to an inflated self-image, not reality. Think about the leader surrounded by yes-men. Every mediocre idea is hailed as genius. No one dares to point out the cracks. Failures are blamed on external forces, never their own flawed vision. Their inner circle reinforces infallibility. They grow soft, detached, powerless, despite the outward show. Here's how you break free. Actively hunt for dissent. Cultivate a small circle of brutal truth-tellers. These are not friends who always agree, but strategists who dissect your plans, engineers who find flaws. The few who will tell you your emperor has no clothes, even when it costs them. Reward their honesty. Louis XIV, the Sun King, built a court to reflect his glory. He cultivated an environment where critical counsel was a path to exile. His courtiers learned truth was less valuable than loyalty. What he created was an echo chamber where his blind spots grew enormous, unaddressed, until they became critical vulnerabilities. Absolute control over information leads to absolute isolation from reality. If you silence every voice that challenges, if you fire subordinates who question, you do not strengthen your position. You seal yourself inside a tomb of your own making, where the air grows stale. You become vulnerable. But if you actively seek those who disagree, if you invite scrutiny, you turn blind spots into strength. Expose your plans to those who will tear them apart. Iron out flaws before enemies exploit them. You harden your resolve, not by avoiding conflict, but by embracing it on your own terms. The fool surrounds himself with mirrors, admiring his own reflection until it shatters. The calculating mind surrounds himself with lenses, seeing from every angle, anticipate every move, prepare for every attack. True power comes not from being unchallenged, but from being unshakable in the face of challenge. Aristotle, the ancient Greek thinker, taught that true knowledge demands critical inquiry. He would have scorned the man who sought only affirmation. Wisdom requires the capacity to hear and even welcome opposing views. For him, the unexamined idea was a dangerous delusion, a path to ignorance. Genuine understanding is forged in the fire of debate, not comfort of consensus. If you announce your brilliance, people applaud your ego. But if you quietly refine your brilliance through constant critical feedback, there is nothing to applaud. Your growth is internal, silent, manifesting as undeniable results. The constant hum of praise is a lullaby, putting your critical faculties to sleep. But there's another trap, a more insidious form of control, one that doesn't praise but simply withdraws. What is it? Chapter 6, The Golden Cage. The golden cage, a beautiful prison, wouldn't you agree? Its bars, though gilded, bind you tighter than any iron. Behold the subtle art of your own undoing. The constant hum of praise is a lullaby, putting your critical faculties to sleep. They want you comfortable, they want you soft. This is the design of the golden cage, where every compliment is a bar, every word of adoration a law. It is not a gift, it is a trap, built specifically for your ego, designed to isolate you from the harsh truths that keep you sharp. This gilded enclosure blinds you. You stop questioning your decisions when everyone around you echoes your brilliance. You stop seeking challenge when your current state is constantly celebrated, your edges dull, your vision narrows. Soon, you perceive reality only through the rosy tint of their approval, becoming dependent on their validation, a puppet dancing for applause. Watch what happens when a leader, once decisive and keen, surrounds himself with yes men. Every choice is affirmed, every idea genius. The small flaws are ignored, then normalized, then become colossal errors. His world shrinks to the echo chamber of his own perceived greatness, all while the real world outside prepares to swallow him whole. The dark strategy is simple. Control the flow of information. By flooding you with positive feedback, they cut off the critical input you need to adapt, to grow, to see threats. The praise acts as a soothing poison, numbing your instincts. They make you believe you are untouchable, then wait for you to stumble, for the cage to become a coffin. Napoleon Bonaparte, a master of strategic perception, understood that a leader surrounded by flattery is a leader stripped of his defenses. He knew that those who praised him most effusively often had the most to gain from his mistakes or the most to hide. What he understood is that true intelligence comes from unfiltered reports, not from the sweet whispers of ambition. If you announce your triumphs, seeking adulation, you hand your enemies the blueprint to your vanity. You expose the hinge on which your ego swings. But if you quietly assess your performance, seeking only objective truth and raw data, there is nothing for them to exploit. Your stability becomes internal, your strength self-sustained, leaving no weaknesses for them to target. Vlad the Impaler, known for his stark pragmatism, had little patience for sycophants. He knew that those who spoke with honeyed words often concealed the sharpest daggers. He would often test the loyalty of his court, understanding that empty compliments were cheap currency, easily exchanged for betrayal when the stakes were higher. He used praise as a test, not a reward. The golden cage ensures your isolation. It cuts you off from honest counsel, from dissenting opinions, from the critical feedback that might save you. You become an easy mark, your ego swelling, your guard down. They are not praising you, they are preparing you. They are not admiring you, they are aiming. But there is another dimension to this weaponized praise, a subtle shift from mere flattery to active sabotage, one that uses your own success against you. What is it? Chapter 7, The Sharpening Stone. The Sharpening Stone. This chapter concerns not the blade, but the man wielding it. Your true strength is forged in fire, not comfort. This is the soft prison, the velvet trap that ensnares you not with chains, but with comfort. Weaponized praise doesn't just inflate your ego. It deliberately cuts you off from the brutal friction necessary for true growth. You stop hearing the harsh truths, the painful critiques, the honest feedback that would expose your blind spots. Instead, you are surrounded by an echo chamber where every success is magnified and every flaw is ignored. This makes you brittle. When everyone around you only feeds you affirmations, your edges soften, your defenses dull, and you cease to seek out the brutal truths that forge genuine strength, you become complacent, reliant on external validation instead of internal drive. This is why great leaders often struggled when surrounded by sycophants. They lost touch with reality, their judgment compromised by the constant hum of approval. They forgot how to truly see themselves. Think about the leader who only promotes those who agree with him, who dismisses any dissenting voice as negativity. Watch what happens when his plans inevitably hit a wall. He has no contingency, no alternative perspective, because he built a world where he was always right. His inner circle, trained to only praise, cannot offer the sharp insight he truly needs. They are not loyal, they are just reflecting his own distorted image back at him. Socrates understood this deeply long ago. He famously declared that the unexamined life is not worth living. What he understood is that without constant, often uncomfortable, self-examination and external challenge, you remain in a state of ignorance, believing your own hype. The flatterers keep you from examining your life, your decisions, your flaws. They ensure you stay weak by keeping you comfortable. Here's how you turn this around. You must actively seek out the sharpening stone. Surround yourself with people who are not afraid to tell you when you are wrong, when you are weak, when you are making a mistake. These are the rare individuals who truly care about your growth, not just your ego. They are the ones who provide the friction, the resistance that grinds away your weaknesses and hones your capabilities. If you announce your achievements and demand praise, people will give it to you, but they will not respect it. Their words will be empty. But if you quietly seek out honest critique, even if it stings, there's nothing for them to exploit. There's only your quiet, relentless improvement. You do not ask for compliments. You ask for leverage. You ask for leverage. You ask for the cold, hard data. Bruce Lee, the martial arts master, put it plainly. To hell with circumstances, I create opportunities. He was not talking about waiting for things to happen, but actively seeking out the sparring partners who would push him, the feedback that would expose his flaws. He understood that true mastery comes from confronting your limitations, not from being told you have none. You must create the opportunities for friction. You must welcome the fight. Those who only praise you are trying to keep you soft, to keep you predictable. They want you dull and complacent. Your strength does not come from their kind words, but from the battles you fight and the honest feedback you absorb. You must become the hunter of your own flaws. You must embrace the grind. But this isn't the only way they disarm you. There's another, more insidious method, one that twists your own perceived strengths into fatal weaknesses. What is it? Chapter 8, The Flatterer's Mask. The velvet cage, a sweet poison. They don't challenge you, they only echo your delusions. Learn how this soft flattery will surely be your undoing. The next weapon they deploy against you is the echo chamber, a soft cage, a velvet trap. They do not challenge your judgment. They amplify your beliefs, reflect your opinions, and mirror your every move with glowing approval. This constant, unearned affirmation feels good, feels safe, but safety, in the game of power, is always an illusion. This relentless praise, devoid of genuine insight, slowly corrodes your ability to see clearly. You become dependent on their positive feedback, mistaking agreement for wisdom. Your critical thinking atrophies, your edges soften. You stop seeking real input, real challenge, because their chorus of adoration is too comfortable. They are not building you up, they are walling you in. Watch what happens when you step outside that echo chamber. Your untested ideas crumble under the first real scrutiny. Your confidence, built on hollow compliments, evaporates. You realize, too late, that they prepared you for parade, not for battle. To expose these flatterers, observe their behavior. Their praise is always broad, never specific. You're brilliant, never. That specific point about market penetration was insightful. They agree instantly without processing, often before you finish speaking. They avoid offering constructive criticism. Their agreement is not understanding, but strategy. Notice subtle cues. They never introduce a dissenting opinion, even hypothetically. They never challenge consensus, especially your consensus. Their body language is always open, always agreeable, rarely showing genuine thought. They engage with your ego, not your ideas. They feed it, they fatten it. The fool bathes in this warm current of praise. He mistakes absence of criticism for presence of genius. He believes the hype. But the wise player knows true strength comes from friction. If you announce your vision, they will cheer. But if you quietly execute, making silent adjustments based on real data, there's no room for their empty words. Warren Buffett, the legendary investor, once said, "You want to be around people who are better than you, and you want to be around people who will tell you the truth." What he understood is that constant agreement is not support, it is manipulation. He recognized that truth, even painful, is the only currency for growth. Their flattery is not a gift, it is bait. They are not admiring your work, they are assessing your susceptibility. The more you rely on their affirmations, the more control they gain. They make you dependent, subtly turning your perceived strengths, your creativity, your leadership, into a weakness only their validation can satisfy. Leonardo da Vinci, master of observation, famously advised, "Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence." He understood that true confidence needs no external praise, no noise. The flatterer thrives in noise, using words to obscure intentions. Your silence, your quiet competence, renders their tactic useless. So actively seek specific dissent. Demand actionable feedback, not vague compliments. Look for the person who respectfully points out the flaw, the gap, the unconsidered angle. These individuals are rare, they are valuable. They are not trying to disarm you, they are trying to sharpen you. Recognize the flatterer's mask, see it as a tool of control. But beyond praise, there are other, even more subtle traps. Traps woven from the very fabric of human connection. What are they? Chapter 9, The Unblinking Eye. Beware the gilded cage. The most dangerous chains are those you forge from flattery. Remain vigilant, or be consumed by the very admiration meant to destroy you. The insidious truth is that the traps are not separate from the praise, they are woven into it. The constant validation creates a false sense of security, dulling your edge, making you vulnerable to the real assaults that will surely come. This is how they soften you, how they make you drop your shield, preparing you for the moment they decide to strike. Your defense against this subtle erosion is an unyielding skepticism. You must maintain an internal distance from every word, every gesture, every offered hand. Nothing is truly given without an expectation, a hidden cost, or a future claim. Every interaction is a delicate dance, a probe, a test of your resolve. Friedrich Nietzsche understood that staring too long into an abyss meant the abyss would stare back into you. He knew that truly understanding the darkness of human nature, the depth of its manipulative capacity, demands you confront it directly without losing your own form. You must see the void in their words, the absence of genuine regard behind their smiles, and refuse to be consumed by it. This means you never fully relax. You never outsource your judgment to another's opinion of you. Their compliments are not currency, but bait. Their approval is not a destination, but a distraction. Your strength comes from within, forged in silence, refined by your own relentless self-assessment. Watch what happens when you remove the constant praise from your life. The sycophants scatter, the hangers-on disappear, and only those with true, albeit often self-serving, intent remain. This culling is not a loss, it is a purification. It clears the field, allowing you to see the real players, the real forces at work. The flatterer, the constant praiser, builds a cage of golden words around you. They want you dependent on their validation, on their perspective of your worth. But your worth is not a commodity to be approved or denied by others. It is an inherent state that you command, not one you seek to be affirmed. Genghis Khan, the architect of an empire built on ruthless clarity, never put stock in the empty promises of a conquered foe or the easy loyalty of an untested ally. He understood that true commitment was forged in shared hardship and proven through consistent action, not through flattering words or quick agreements. His world was one of constant vigilance, where every man's true nature was revealed under pressure. You must adopt this same cold realism. Recognize that everyone operates from a place of self-interest. Those who deny this, who cloak their intentions in effusive praise, are often the most dangerous. They seek to blind you with light so you cannot see the shadow they cast. So, the synthesis is simple. Never lower your guard. Never mistake praise for genuine support. Never allow another person's opinion of you to become the foundation of your self-perception. That foundation must be solid, unshakable, built by you alone. Keep your gaze steady, keep your assessments clinical. Discard the fluff, ignore the compliments, and focus only on actions, on outcomes, on the undeniable truth of their behavior. This is the unblinking eye of power. Your survival depends on it. Your freedom is staked on it. Therefore, you will never trust anyone who constantly praises you.